people all over the world seem to be truly concerned about a fire in one of the largest and most important rainforests in the world. The massive fires along the Amazon in Brazil have been burning now for something like 2 weeks, and many of you have been reaching out to us asking us to include this story in our lineup because you think there's something really going on here besides just, you know, run-of-the-mill fires, if there is such a thing. So that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. We're going to drill down on this story. Who better to do this with than our special correspondent here on the News with Rick Sanchez, Michelle Greenstein. So, boy, this thing's really captivated the world. Why?
That's right. Well, over 70,000 fires have hit Brazil between January and now, and this is an 83% increase during the same time period, during the same time frame last year. And the effects of these fires even reached the largest city in Brazil, Sao Paulo. Earlier this week, we saw these thick black clouds cover the entire city. And Rick, this is the highest burn rate in 7 years. So environmental organizations are saying it's us, humans are to blame. We're looking at farmers, ranchers, loggers using these fires to clear the land. And this is a practice that's longstanding, right? Farmers using fire to deforest land for cattle ranching. But we're seeing this at rates higher than ever before. So environmental organizations say that drought alone does not explain these fires. This is due to deforestation. Now, on top of that, we have the Amazon burning, like you explained, and that 70,000 number, 38,000 of those fires are happening in the Amazon rainforest, where we currently have 1 football field burning per second. And like you said, because this is the world's largest rainforest, like so to speak, it's the lungs of the world.
I was going to say, what did you call this when we were talking earlier? The lungs of the world.
The lungs of the world.
Yeah.
So this plays a critical role in absorbing CO2 emissions. So the people of the planet need the Amazon for oxygen. And in addition to that, we also have deforestation happening at alarming rates. It's doubled since last year in the Amazon rainforest. And some say that what's happening in Brazil amounts to a crime against humanity, that we're actually seeing the institutionalized indigenous genocide of the people who live in the Amazon, because we tend to forget that people do live there. And now these indigenous people are saying that land grabbers actually have the support of the Bolsonaro administration.
Listen, I get it, and I understand why people are concerned specifically about a fire in this particular place. But I have to ask, is it possible, because Bolsonaro has so many enemies, and he's not a good guy, and I understand that people would be using this as a political tool against him? Making such a big deal. Yeah, making a huge deal over the fire because he happens to be in office, something they maybe wouldn't do if De Silva was in office.
Sure, I would actually take that in the opposite direction. We have not seen a lot of attention paid to this from the Western corporate press, and that's in part because these neoliberal policies of the Bolsonaro administration were praised by the Western corporate press, right? Washington supported his election. They supported these free market policies that he promised during his campaign. He promised to bring economic gains, and now we have ranchers, loggers, farmers basically burning the rainforest with impunity. So these fires going on now, this is one of the most visible symptoms of this neoliberal administration.
Is there any good news here?
Well, actually, the president of Bolivia, Evo Morales, did announce yesterday that he's ordered the world's largest air tanker to combat these fires, to spray water down on them. This is a plane that can carry more water than any other aircraft on Earth. So we have another country kind of coming to the rescue. They're saying, we don't want to wait for international aid. We're victim to this, too. This is going to affect us. We're going to step in and do this ourselves, because they say international aid causes militarism. It causes exploitation. We're going to step in and actually do something about this.
And he's kind of giving the finger in the process, metaphorically speaking, of course, to the Bolsonaro government.
Right.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.